Hi guys. Oh, am I live? Yay. Just a random Monday night new moon hangout. I've just been like feeling amazing vibes. Like Spirit's been taking me traveling every night. The energy's been a lot. So I needed to come hang out with you guys and have a little talk. First of all, I want to show you guys some awesome sneak peeks. We'll talk a little bit about the new moon and I don't know. I was called on to hang with you guys, so let's see let's see where it takes us. Let me see if I can find our comments so I can see what you guys are all saying and who's hanging out. How's everybody doing? Yay! I see you, Bonnie, Sharon, Chelsea. Hello, guys. Anyone else tuning in? Say hey. I want to start with just like a little cleansing. I'm not gonna spray this time. Let me know how I sound. If I broke the mic last time, I do have my other like little clip-on mic I could do if I don't sound that good. Hey Liz. Liz, your package just went out today. Gabby added a little something extra to it. Carrie Hunt, hello, thanks for joining. Anna Marie, oh, I'm so thankful you guys are all here hanging out. Let's see. I just want everyone to just kind of clear their minds. I'm gonna make a little smoke for us to just help clear our energy. I'll do a little bit before. I think I'm gonna start out by showing you the crystal, so that way anyone watching the replay that's just like, I want to see what's in, they can kind of just watch the beginning. By the way, if you are watching this and there's no red live, I think it's on this side, little live button, that means you're watching the replay. But still hang out, especially when we do the readings and the sneak peeks, But when we do the readings, meditate along with us because they definitely can resonate for you as well. Think of your question, and I'm sure the cards will have a message for you too. So hang in there if this is the replay. Oh my gosh, yeah, because Spirits definitely wants to talk to us. So we're all here right now for a reason. Or again, if you're watching the replay, you're watching it for a reason. So hang out for a little bit and see what's meant for you to hear. So let's do a little bit of sage to start. We're not going to spray. I sound good, right? Let me know if I need the other microphone. We're still working out the kinks. Perfect. Some fire for this Aries energy. Who else is feeling this? Oh my God. Danielle, hello. Aries is all about that fire cardinal, very strong energy, very passionate, very just like initiative, taking initiative and running with it. And I'm really feeling it today. And I'm really seeing it from so many people today. So many posts about new businesses opening, new buildings being purchased, new cars, new vision boards, whatever it is. Like, this is the best energy for it. Taking control of what's really going to bring your passion out, So I'm bringing this stage. I want everyone to take a nice deep breath and just let it cleanse away any blockages that will be standing in your way of your passions, because this is the time to really plant those seeds, especially with this new moon energy right now. The new moon is all about cleansing the slate, clearing the land so you can plant new seeds and to make room for those new beginnings. So this sage is going to help you clear it. And if you have some sage or anything that you love to burn at home, incense, the smoke works the same way. Any other herbs that you love to burn, I encourage you to do your own cleansing ceremony. Do your whole aura, do your energy around you, do all the corners of your house, all the windows, open the windows up and let the smoke, clear away any unwanted energy out of the house. It's time for spring to bring us all these great new things. And this is the best way to do it, is just let go of the stuff that's not serving you. Let go of the stuff that's standing in your way, the toxic people that don't deserve your energy, or the situations that are calling you for your attention when you really don't have it to give. Write them down and burn them and let that smoke cleanse out the window, or do it under the new moon, and that way you have this nice clear land to plant your seeds, the things that are going to be passionate to you. So everyone take a nice deep breath, breathe in this smoke, or, make your own along with me. I'm feeling really good, you guys. And I'm so thankful you guys are all hanging out with me. I love yous. Amy Zimmerman, hello. Yes, Sharon, I said it. New car, so did you, right? We've been having these crazy dreams. I've been Spirit's been taking me to Tibet the last few nights. So I have been waking up absolutely drained. Like I haven't been sleeping. Like I've been traveling across the world, and I'll literally like wake up and look up the places that they took me, and they're real places that my human brain has never seen before, you know? So like they've taken me to a monk palace. There's some crazy places, and I've met some really interesting people on the other side. So, you know, if you've been traveling in your dreams or having strong messages in your dreams right now too, that astrological energy is just fire right now. We are connecting. Spirit can hear your thoughts. You know, like Spirit can hear you. So talk to them. Talk to your team. Louie Freeze, a long time no see, my love. Thank you for joining. Yay. Aw, I miss you. Oh my gosh, yeah, Tibet is like somewhere, like it sounds really cool, but it's nowhere that I really ever felt like I needed to go, you know? I mean, eventually I would love to, but now I'm feeling really, really called to it. I met this blue spirit there, which I haven't looked into yet, but I have a feeling if I look into like Tibetan blue spirit, it's going to be someone important. And it was like kind of an androgynous figure, and they were really like my tour guide the one night. They showed me some really cool stuff, some really important people I know I met. And it's hard to tell when you're in that like lucid state, because it's hard to tell if they are traveling as well and on this same timeline, or if they're in a different parallel dimension. Who knows? But I just take it all, you know, take it how I need to and hold on to it. And but I don't feel like I sleep at night because I travel. So where do we begin? You guys, how are you all doing? What's everybody drinking tonight? I have water. Dave got me a new cup. I'm so thankful you guys are hanging out with me. So I guess let's just jump right in and look at the new crystals first, and then I'm going to do a 3-card reading for everybody watching, even the people watching the replay, and then I have my little tags, and let's get some new moon messages for you guys. You know, we'll pull some cards for everybody. Drink that water. Good girl, Chelsea. Drink that water. Light some candles. You know, get some fire going for this fire energy. If you have carnelian, sunstone, goldstone, any of those other fiery crystals, those are really great to be working with right now, just to, you know, enhance this fiery time. If you are a fire sign too, I'm sure you're feeling it even more. But if you're any of the other signs, I'm sure, you know, it's kind of bringing you out of your shell a little bit too, and bringing that fiery energy. Oh, Steve, hi. Joan, thank you for joining. Leash, hello, girl. Denise, hi. Working on your third eye. I love that. I think that is so important. I actually have some binaural audio playing right now with third eye frequencies to help us all connect. And I have a really fun retreat coming up in 11 days. Woohoo! For the full moon. So this is the time to plant those seeds, because the full moon is when they're really going to start to blossom. We can really release any blockages. Hey, Camaro. Burning sage. I love it. Perfect. Burn. You know, get that smoke energy and that fire energy. So I'm going to start out with the thing I'm most excited to show you guys. I've been getting so many requests, literally every day, several requests. I've been sold out of it. Everyone's sold out of it right now, and anyone who's not sold out of it is charging crazy amounts for it because it's so hard to get. The mine in Russia is pretty much tapped right now, so this stuff is becoming so rare. If you have some at home, you know, definitely hold on to it, because the value is just going to keep going up. I'm going to keep my prices as low and fair as possible. I haven't weighed them out and priced them yet, but I'll give you guys the first sneak peek. Everyone who's watching right now, I have 21 gorgeous, here, let me put an extra light on so you can really see it, pieces of Moldavite. So anyone who doesn't know what Moldavite is, it comes from the meteorite blast in Russia. And it's an impact crystal made from when the heat of the impact combines the extraterrestrial minerals along with the earth. It kind of turns into a glass. So you can see how they have this cool greenish translucence. There's some little tiny pieces in there, like 0.3 to 0.5 grams, very small, but then there's some big guys on the other side that I am so psyched about. You know me, I'm going to try to keep my prices super fair. I'm going to go on Etsy and whoever else is selling Moldavite and make sure that my prices are lower than theirs, and you can be sure that mine are real. I got them actually from someone who gets them directly from the mine. So anyone who needs this, it has been all over social media right now. And truly everyone who works with it agrees. Like, it's not just hyped up. When you work with Moldavite, it is transforming. The energy of this, it brings in that like other dimensional, I don't even know how to explain it, but the frequency that it puts out, it's like no other crystal. Some people can't even hold it for long periods of time because it's just so intense. Especially, like, I'm holding this big, this is a lot of Moldavite to be working with. If you've never had Moldavite, these little tiny chips are perfect for you to start with. The bigger pieces can definitely be intense. Everyone that has it, let us know your feedback on like how you've been loving working with it. I just, people like, they'll be like, oh, I've been holding my Moldavite for the last few days, and literally my life has done a 180 from where I was a few days ago. Like, this is the stone to work with when you really want to transform things. So I am going to keep you guys in suspense with these for a few more weeks. The 30th, April 30th, is when I'm going to put these up for sale. There are some really gorgeous pieces, even like not in good lighting. You can see how pretty they are. Even not in focus, you can see. Yes, Sarah Joy, it's seriously the energies that this picked up. I can't even imagine. Like, this is what you want to work with when you want to connect with like the Pleiadians, or like the other energy workers out there. So we got 21 pieces of Moldavite. You got to tune into the show to grab one, and I'm going to try to keep the prices really low for you guys. I want everyone to get it. That's why I got it. Everyone's been asking, and there's so many fakes out there. If you ever see Moldavite and it looks either like wet or glassy or waxy or like too green or too perfect, it's probably fake. If it's got bubbles in it, that's normal. If it's got the weird like lightning lines, that's normal. I forget what those are called. But yeah, it's awesome. And hell, anyone that I missed that's joining in, thank you guys so much for joining. I know I've been working with mine a lot too. I have right on this table behind me is like a whole meteorite grid. I have every, like the Libyan desert glass, the saffordite, the meteorite, the Moldavite, like a little bit of everything in this grid. And just like I walk by it and it's like, like the buzz coming off of it. It's intense. And my bedroom is right above it. And I've been wearing my saffordite necklace. This is another tektite, another impact stone. I just love this one so much. Amy, I know I met you in that constellation. I love it. I feel like I have it naturally on my body too. Oh, hello from Aruba. Please send us those vibes, Mrs. Maglione. Jealous about that. Oh my gosh, you should definitely. Did you put your crystal in the ocean yet? That's my mama, by the way, who's in Aruba for her birthday. Today's actually her birthday, the same day as Nick Hexum. So good day for some awesome people to be born. In this energy, right? How could you not become an awesome person? So yes, I gave her a new, which is going to be on the next show. It's a rutilated or tourmalated quartz puffy heart. So put that in the ocean. Take some pics for us in that blue water. But some other cool stuff that came in besides the Moldavite. This is called Tai Chi calcite. I am obsessed with this. I have 2 of these giant towers in, and I'm really having a hard time not keeping one for myself. There might only be one on the show. The Tai Chi calcite is just like tiger calcite or like the net jasper. It's a very similar but a different formation. So it comes in these stripes, and it's said to bring that yin and yang balanced sort of energy to your space. So I love having it. It's so calming. Great if you have like the little generator garden like me, just because it's so different. This is one of those pieces that's like super classy looking. You can keep it in your living room or like on your TV mantle, your fireplace, somewhere when people, like where guests will see. It doesn't just have to be in your crystal collection because it's just so beautiful. It's a nice big one too. I have 2 of these, and then I have 2 other nice size towers. I think it's ruby or garnet in something. I have to double check. So some new towers. This is cool too. I only have 3 pieces of this. And of course, the prices are going to be really good. This is carborundum. I've had it on the show before. They've been sold out. Ooh, just give me a splinter. Like, I want you to see up close how pretty. It is like super glitter. So this is a giant piece. Like if you could get, I would rig this up to stand and just have like a tower of it somewhere. But then I also have a big chunk, like more this size, and then like a piece about half the size of this. I actually got 4 pieces, but I already kept one of these. I smashed that out so fast. It was just for me. And it's in somewhere behind me. Nope, my chair's blocking it. Some people do call it unicorn poop. I don't like to refer to my crystals as poop. I just like to call it carborundum. Actually, I remember when I was a little girl driving over the Raritan River Bridge, going home from New York on like Christmas Eve, and there was that big carborundum plant, and the lights would flash carborundum, and that was like when I was learning to read. I would always be like, "What is that?" Like if I knew this is what it was, I'd be like, "Mom, can we go?" So it is actually like a local New Jersey stone to find. I've actually found it at the beach before too. Love. So gorgeous. Oh yeah, my mom got to hold it the other day. I got a few selenite moons, perfect for this new moon or any kind of moon rituals because it's that same very cleansing, new beginning type of energy. Beautiful to hold. I was just imagining like you would have to definitely get like a custom holder for it, but it would be so pretty standing. But this is great to meditate with if you're doing any kind of moon rituals or connecting to that divine energy. Selenite's just awesome for that. And it's super cleansing. Like just having this in the room is going to help keep the energy nice and clean. So I have about 6 of these, I think. And they're going to be under $10. I'm pretty sure. Maybe 11, but I think they're under $10. You know I love my selenite. These are just a few of the sneak peeks, by the way. There's a lot. I got some new hearts in. These are just 2 of the few. This one. It's African turquoise. I've been like dying over it. You can't even, the color's not translating. It's like this beautiful sea green. So pretty. And then I also got some rhodonite for that emotional support. So pretty. And then the last sneak peek that I have for you guys that I'm so excited about. These actually I got on my trip to Ithaca, New York last week. We did some, business shopping while we were up there too. So I got some new animals in. This is not from Ithaca. This is from my shipment. So you guys all love the little dolomite animals or soapstone. I found giant ones. Look at the difference in size. I'm so excited. So I have like 4 or 5 different animals. But they're so cute. So this is just the dog. Oh, my phone just told me my video is interrupted. So hopefully you guys can see it still. But so I have dolphins and some other. I don't remember off the top of my head. I'm looking and I'm like, I don't want to tell you guys everybody that I got. You'll have to tune in on the 30th. So mark your calendars, guys. That's it for the sneak peeks. Maybe I'll show them again at the end, or you can just watch the replay if you missed anything. But that's just a little bit. I also am still waiting on a few shipments. I have a bismuth shipment coming in. I have Moldavite, like the home products, the candles and the incenses and the sprays and the oils, those coming in. So if you want to enhance your Moldavite experience, I'll have all of those. I also have more of those spheres with the pyrite and garden quartz and whatever in them. Those were a big hit, and I know everyone really wanted them. So I have a ton of more coming in. Some garden quartz towers. Lots of new bracelets that I haven't had on the show before. Found some other fun things on my trip. So you guys are just going to have to tune in to watch, and I'll still do the, like, what's left in stock and the tumble show. Okay, good, Denise, you can see me. Oh, right, my mom said this was Charlie, my brother, and his soon-to-be wife's dog. It does look like Charlie. All right, you guys. So that's it for the sneak peeks. Who's ready for some readings? I'm going to start with a group reading. Just so if everyone can't get in a reading tonight, obviously everyone can't. It's 9:30 over here. I'll probably do this maybe like an hour. We'll see how many I can get in. When is the show, Kimberly? Good question. It is April 30th. It's a Friday. Oh, and by the way, these Moldavites I'm taking with me on my retreat, and I'm going to charge them up under the full moon for you guys. So whoever gets them, and it's not just going to be any charging. Like, I'm going to be with the most high vibe people that I know, doing some crazy rituals with this. So we're just going to really pull in like any kind of messages that you're meant to get from the Pleiadians and from the Arcturians and, you know, whoever wants to come through for you. These will be really charged up. So that'll be the week before. And then the 30th is when the show is, 9 p.m. Eastern time. Yay! Mark your calendars. It's fun stuff. All right, so yay for readings. Oh my gosh, Shara Joy Garden Quartz is like my favorite. If you don't have it, remind me next time you order. Or if I see you, I got to give you a piece because it is awesome. It's that clear and it's got all kinds of stuff going through it. It's also known as shaman stone or lodolite. It's got earth, minerals, moss, grass, anything. Like, they're the coolest things. You can really just hold it and get lost. And the ones that I get are awesome quality too. So yes, definitely check those out. Okay, yay. So let's go. I can't wait for the show either. Mark your calendars. Tell your friends. Hopefully we can get to 50 people. I can give away a golden ticket. But here we go. We got the cards. I can't with this new camera. Like, it's so close to me. It's far too. Like, I wanted it closer so I can like hold stuff close to it. This is as close as I could get it. But it should be back farther to show my table because I got this cool new thing in my Goddess Provisions box. It's a tarot card holder. Isn't that pretty? It's got like all kinds of symbolism on there too. And then that slot at the top, let's see. Let's see what the first card that wants to come out is. What a perfect freaking card for this Aries new moon. Oh my God. Wow. So, and you can see you can put it in there. And my plan was like, I'll pull the card. I'll stand it up for you guys, but then you can barely see it. So, but let's talk a little bit about this card that wanted to come out and say hi. The Two of Wands. Like, just look at what's going on in this picture. Even if you don't know tarot cards or you're not familiar with the readings, get your own interpretation. Stare at the picture along with me. What does the number 2 mean to you? What do the colors mean to you? You could see the figure. He's standing there holding the globe in his hand, staring out into the open, like, where am I going from here? Where to? Those wands are the fire element. Wands are the suit of fire. So that's us right now in Aries, you know, holding that one magic wand, setting our intentions of where we're going to go and holding that globe in the other hand, making our plans. It's a little bit gray in that sky because maybe our plans are still in planning mode. You know, maybe we are still planning the trip or planting the seeds or whatever it is, or even like figuring out exactly what the plan is. Maybe we are still just making the vision boards. Maybe Spirit did just tell us last night in a dream. But this is us, you know, thinking about like what's coming, what's next. That 2, hold on to that because that 2 can mean, you know, the next 2 weeks are going to be really important, or the next 2 months before summertime, you know, the rest of the spring, maybe it's telling us that's our time to really like grow and bloom. And by the time that 2, whatever it means to you, is over, the sky will be blue and we'll be actually like on our way out of the castle because you can see he's kind of still standing at the top of the tower looking out. But that other wand is planted back there nice and secure and stable. So it's saying that there's some other projects that you have that can kind of be put to the back burner. You know, you don't have to focus so much energy into them. This one wand is really calling you. So hold it and make your magic happen. $200. If that's what's calling to you, maybe tomorrow you'll find $200. Love it. So that was just the first card that wanted to pop out. That was just a little message for everybody. It's relevant for me too, CJ, for sure. And I know, like I said earlier, a lot of people, I'm seeing that same energy. Like, you know, Aries is calling us to just follow our passion. That globe is like looking at what's going to ignite our flame, you know, and give us the most passion, because that's how we're going to help other people right now, is showing them how great we're doing and inspiring them and, you know, using our torches to light other people's flames. Congrats, Steve. That's awesome. That card is a card of opportunity for sure. A new opportunity at the radio station. That sounds amazing. So perfect. Like, yeah, validation right there, you guys. And, you know, don't even like this card is telling you to trust it, because sometimes we'll get the curveballs or the path might not be exactly what we had pictured, but it's fine. It's putting us exactly where we're meant to go. So just trust it. Go with it. It's good. What I want to do now, even though I just pulled one quick message, I feel like that was just kind of like that. It was kind of putting its 2 cents into our conversation, but I want to actually all connect right now. Hey, Patricia, thanks for joining. You're just in time for our group reading So what we're all going to do is I want everyone to take a couple nice deep breaths in and out, very mindful breaths, and think about everything going on. Think about any questions you have, any blockages, any worries, stress, people that you need to think about, whatever it may be, whatever's in your mind. I want you all to let those energies all swirl in your third eye. Send it to my deck. We're going to shuffle together, and then I'm going to pull 3 cards. Even again, if you're watching from the replay, not the live, this is for you too. So focus along. Take those deep breaths. I'm going to shuffle and breathe along with you guys while we connect. We're going to get some clarity and guidance for this next part of our journeys. 3 cards. Okay. I love it. We're still on 22 viewers, even after all that lag. So I'm feeling good right here. I'm going to pull us 3. 1, 2, 3. So I hate that you can't see them laying down, but it's okay. I will pick them up and show you, and we will discuss. So the way that when I pull the 3 cards, everyone kind of has their own little spreads and layouts. I kind of think of it as not quite past, present, future, but what's been going on to validate what's happened up until right now. The second card will be our challenge or what we need to get through during this part of our journey. And then the last card is where we're going to go from here, what will happen, once we kind of learn this lesson that we're being called to right now. So first, one more second in suspense. I also have some coffee. I made it with banana milk. Delicious. Nah, I need to hydrate. That didn't do it. All right. So are you guys ready? Let's send some hearts so we're all connected, and I'm going to pull up the first card. So here's a heart to you. I love you guys, and I'm so thankful you're here hanging out with me tonight. Random Monday hangout, right? So let's see. What's been going on for everybody? Nice general card. The Ace of Pentacles, reverse. So the Pentacles is the suit connected to the element of earth. It's the things in our control. The health, the home, the finances, to the extent of it being in our control, the job, whatever we can actually control in those places. So the aces are very personal. Let's talk about it right side up for a second. Another gray card saying kind of more in like planning or thinking mode. The ace is holding this pentacle. Sorry, just channeling in right now too. There's a lot around this card. Wow. And you guys have a lot of spirits wanting to connect right now. I love it. That's what happens when a lot of intuitive people come together. It's like everyone in all the dimensions want to talk. So this is our hand, essentially. All of you watching, everyone who is just connecting along. Your hand, it's such a personal energy saying that we've really been focusing on taking control of whatever this pentacle represents to you. Again, the home, the health, the finances, the job, the security, the stability, the structure, in whatever way was relevant to you in the last few weeks or months. You can see down here is a little gateway. So this is really a gateway card, but it's kind of like the card that happens before you go through the gateway, where you're getting the finances in order, or working on the plan, saying like I need to start doing this for my health, or I need, making the appointments, taking the vitamins, whatever it is. It's kind of a card of getting everything in check for a new beginning as far as that structure and security and stability. When it comes out reversed, it can mean a couple different things. One of them is it could be more of an introspective energy to the card. So when it's right side up, it might be saying like you're actually making the plan or working on the plan or whatever. But when it's reversed, it might be saying more of you've been thinking about it, but maybe not necessarily taking the steps yet that you needed to. So in that case, I would say this card is just validating like okay, you've made the plan. Now it's time to really take those steps, put them into action, actually get the plan written down on paper and, start doing what you need to. It can also be saying that the opposite's been happening of this energy. So where this is really, kind of getting your ducks in a row for the next part of your plan, it could be saying, it hasn't been so easy to get your ducks in a row. There's been a lot of challenges around it for you. And it's been like, you finally feel like you're getting everything stacked up here. And then the carpet gets ripped out and you don't feel necessarily as secure and stable as you need to get through to this new beginning. Whatever it is, though, there is definitely that new beginning around us, all of us. And this is the time, we've made it up to this point for a reason. We have this plan, whether it's coming into fruition or not. We've all been kind of manifesting exactly what we've been needing to concerning our stability, security, all those words again. And the gateway is coming. It's just a matter of putting that stuff into motion. So hopefully that made some sense for you guys. Now let's see about our challenge. Carrie, thanks, girl. Vegan shampoo. So our challenge, or what we need to get through to get to the next part of our journey is, wow, we got another ace. Another ace reversed. This is the emotional work. The cups are the emotions and the relationships. So where it's saying, our focus has kind of been more on the financial part or the planning part or the physical part, the health part. Now we got to kind of go, and I feel like we've been doing this so much, especially like we just came out of Pisces, but we're still being called to put in that emotional work and that spiritual work. The Ace of Cups is telling us, see, there's our hand and our cups overflowing, but that's not balanced. Like, we really need to balance these two energies out in order to get to whatever's coming next. So we're pretty good here. We can kind of put, not necessarily like forget about our stability and our security and be like, okay, I'm there so I can spend all my money. That's not what it's saying. It's saying, you've done a good job there. You don't need to necessarily put so much effort into it right now or introspection to it. Now it's that more emotional side and balancing that out, because as much emotional stuff as we put in the Pisces and, the whole shadow work that 2020 called us to do, we're still not done, apparently. So it's balancing out those emotions, and that reverse is telling us really go inside, go to those childhood traumas that, are triggering the littlest things that happened in our childhood could be, ruining our whole days now and we don't even realize why, or, being the blockage for us and we don't realize it. They could be causing us to overthink or, causing us to hold ourselves back. Or it could even be relationships, it might not necessarily be like the internal stuff. It could actually be relationships that are holding you back, maybe people doubting you or talking you out of going down the path that you need to go. So this is really asking us to, go deep inside and find all those things that are standing in our emotional way. Our cup should be overflowing. We should just be full of joy and passion and light and love and, good energy. But we all have that shadow work to do and the darker stuff to deal with. And it's not saying we have to get rid of it. It's saying we just need to figure out a way to make it work with us. It's just because traumatic experiences happened, they don't have to hold us back for the rest of our lives. If anything, they're important lessons that we learned for a reason. And once we find a different way to deal with those lessons, we can help so many people with this lesson. It's like, this messed me up for a reason. Now, who can I help with this? So, we go through these traumatic times to hopefully prevent other people from going through it also. It's a big tangent, but I felt like it's important. That little dove is making me feel like spiritual messenger energy. So I feel like this card is just as important to inspire other people too. So let's see, once we get through all this internal stuff that we've been working through, let's see, let me read your guys' comments. I'm glad it's making sense for you guys. Amy, I adore you so much. One day you'll be here helping me pull some cards, right? Sarah Joy, I hear you. I've been doing so much heart chakra healing work. I'm not a crier. I'm not an emotional person at all. And the last few months have been, I've been crying a lot. And like, it's not me, but I'm like, feel it, heal it, let it out. Don't keep that stuff inside of your body, but it's all there. There's stuff like memories that we need to acknowledge and think of and bring up and, you know, keep a journal because that helps us get stuff out. You know, once you start writing, you never know what's going to pour out or whatever helps you. But once we get through this, let's see what's coming next. Nuh-uh. You guys just saw that. Wow. Okay. So it's the same card reversed. So as much as this is a journey that we're going on, you know, this new beginning, this traveling or planning or whatever it is, it's going to be just as much of an internal leveling up that we are all going through. It's just a matter of getting the physical and the emotional nice and balanced out and on track. And we got that Two of Wands energy, you know, so just as much as it's going to be a physical journey that we're going on and all these good new beginnings, like Aries is the first like zodiac month. You know, we just started a new zodiac year. This is our first full moon, our first new moon of the new year. So infinite potential and opportunities await us. We're going to internally level up. We're going to externally level up. We are just like 2020 was like being in the cocoon. And I have goosebumps right now because we're getting ready to spread those wings and fly and do our thing and just like live our best lives. And, you know, it'll happen as fast as you need it to. If you're not ready, it's not going to be a light switch like, okay, tomorrow you're going on an adventure. Take as long as you need. But I feel like a lot of us have been putting in this work for a long time. And this is the day, you know, tonight, do something towards your goals. Even if it's just writing down exactly what your goals are, if it's making your vision board, if it's getting on that treadmill, you know, because you keep putting off getting healthy. If I'm saying that because that's me. I'm like, I'm going to run on my treadmill after this because I didn't today. Because who else did Nick Hexum's workout? I am still sore from that like 3 days later, my legs. But, you know, do whatever it is. Put out those applications and resumes. Get on Zillow and look for your new house. Look for that new car. Whatever you're manifesting, this is the freaking time to do it. These cards are validating. Like all this great energy. Think about Dorothy before she went to Oz. You know, like I feel like this is where we are right now. We're at the edge of it though. It's not even like the tornadoes came already pretty much. And we're just like finding that place to land now so we can get out and see that Technicolor and really live our best lives. 2022 is going to be freaking awesome year. 2021 is more of that, like, just kind of getting started. So, or, you know, it'll be as good as you make it. But I think we can all do it. I'm feeling the goosebumps, the tears. Sarah Joy, I love that you're here hanging with us. Amy, if you've been envisioning a vision board and we are talking about a vision board right now, let that be validation. Patricia, girl, I hear you. It has been so hard. We have all been dealing like with the heaviest of heavy energies between the loss. My family has lost just in 2021. I mean, in the last year, I think my family's lost close to 10 people. Like, that just like knocked the wind out of me. Not to even mention like the amazing friends, my puppy, like, you know, like the people who lost their businesses, the people who lost their homes, the people, you know, there's been so many devastating natural events, like, but here we are with hope, you know, we're all here together. We're all lighting our fires and lighting these flames. I want everyone to light a candle tonight and just sit there and set your intentions into the flames and just thank your spirit team for bringing you to this moment right now. Just put out those good vibes. Interesting, Carrie. Second Wizard of Oz reference. Are you being called to go visit in Kansas? I wonder what that means. Maybe you're being called to get some ruby slippers. Maybe you should be working with your emeralds. Do you have any of those? I'm sure you've taken some. I've given you some. If I haven't given you the giant ones yet, you need. So crazy energy, you guys. I'm feeling so emotional right now too. Like, I definitely feel like that message was for a reason. Just that card jumping out twice. Like, if that's not freaking validation that we're exactly where we're supposed to be, you know? Oh my God. Carrie. Okay, I just read that comment. They're definitely with you, girl. Aw. Steve, yeah, paint it and send me a picture because that sounds amazing. All right, emeralds. Oh, we're going into May. Emerald is the color of May. Oh my God, Patricia. That just knocked the wind out of me. From a mama to another mama, I can't even imagine. I'm sending you the biggest energetic hug right now. Nobody should have to go through that. He's there with you, though. He hears you when you talk to him. He knows. He's telling me he's with. Is it your dad in spirit too, or he's with another man there, and they're really bonded. He said he didn't have enough time with him in this dimension. He's happy to be with him. All right, you guys. So let's take a second to just, you know what? I'm going to burn another little sage leaf. Just do another quick cleansing for us. Because that was a lot of energy just now. that was a big talk. And I just want to clear it so that everyone has their own little sacred space for these one-on-one readings that we're going to do. So here's some fire for you. Look at how it's 2 wands. Look at that. All right, so we're going to cleanse out any blockages to these new beginnings that are coming. Cleanse away any blockages to these new opportunities. Let us all follow our passions, light our torches, and anything standing in our way that's not a part of our greater journey. Let our spirit teams help clear that out of our paths. Take some nice deep breaths, clear your minds, and I want you to start thinking of your own personal questions. Call on your spirit teams and let them know that you have a question and you want to get through. Just turned 10:01 here. Amy, I'm not surprised you could smell it. I'm going to let the sage keep burning in there, and we're going to pull some numbers. So the way this works, if you're new to the show, these readings are all free for you guys. Share the video, share it with your friends, anyone who you think might need a reading, tag them or post it on your page to get other people in. The people who are meant to get through will. Otherwise, if you don't get through, then that reading was probably all you needed, and Spirit is saying that the cards will just be that 2 of Wands again, or, redundant. But I know some of you guys need a little bit more personal guidance. So what I like to do is I'm going to pull a tag to make it fair. I'll show you the code. And the first one on my end to get through with that code is going to get the first reading. And I'll just pull as many as I can until, my energy starts to drain. Spirit definitely wants to come through tonight, but you know how that distracts me so bad. So we'll see, we'll let them come in as we need to. Oh, and last thing is trust the lag. Everyone sees themselves first on their end. And when I watch the replay, it's actually a completely different order too. So, I know it gets frustrating when you're like, but I'm first on my end. You just got to trust who comes through first for me. So let's see, who's going to be what's the first code for tonight? $2222. So the first one on my end to say 2222 will get the first card. When I call your name, let me know if you have a specific question or if you just want to go with the flow. I'm just going to pull one card and we'll see what it wants to tell you. And if you have a question, as soon as I get your question, we'll talk about it. Carrie, you came through first. Carrie P. All right, so let's connect to Carrie's energy. Girl, let me know if you have a specific question or just want to see what Spirit wants to say. Right, those 2s are coming through. 2 is the number of connection also. And also, like the healers and the helpers are the twos. See, Carrie, Spirit wants to talk to you tonight, so I don't even feel like this is a message from anyone but exactly who you know it is. All right, I'm feeling good right here. She's going to go with the flow. Perfect. Page of Cups. So if relationships were on your mind, this is definitely a card of relationships and emotions. The cups, again, is the suit of relationships and emotions. The page is more of a new beginning energy, stepping out of your comfort zone, trying out new things, even if they don't always sound fun to you. The pages, like if you notice, he's got a little fish in his cup, and that's, why don't you want to focus? The fish represents a messenger coming to you. So again, this could be a spirit messenger. So maybe this is your sister literally saying, or stepsister saying like, hello, listen to me, you have a gift just as much as any of us do. And yeah, they really want to talk to you, girl. So they tell me that they do talk to you, and you question it. You feel like you're crazy when they talk to you, and you don't want to believe it. You kind of like ego yourself out of the connection, but they're like, Krissy, we flash the lights, we blink the numbers, we do, like we play her the songs. They're trying to give you these messages, the synchronicities, the Wizard of Oz 2 times in one day, like they're giving you all the messages. They want you to talk to them. So how I say this is about new relationships and new beginnings is just as much about that as it is, navigating spiritual relationships and emotion, like those emotions that go with it that way. Trusting your intuition, trusting your higher self, trusting your dreams when you see people come to you. It's definitely going to bring you out of your comfort zone, and you might feel a little bit crazy, but you've been hanging out with me, you've been playing with all these crystals, of course it's going to happen. They're like, yeah, like that's them blinking the lights. That's like just as much as they'd want to like smack your butt when you're walking by or whatever, like that's sometimes all spirit can do is work with electricity. They can work with the elements. That if you have a candle lit, you might notice the flame going crazy, and you could say like, I see you, how can I talk to you? And then that's when, if you have an oracle deck, or if you want to like try free writing or journaling, they might start giving you images in your mind or words to write down or letters, or they might tell you to Google something, or they might tell you to pick up a certain book and read a certain page. Just when you're feeling those synchronicities, trust it, and think of like, what was I just thinking when I heard it or saw this, or That's why I said smacking your butt. I was feeling that too, and I felt like that's what he would do when you walk by him, or what is frustrating that he can't do. So I feel like he's just like flicking the lights instead. But definitely, this is a very positive and optimistic card. It is a little bit gray because it's telling you you're just in the beginning stages. You're like Bambi learning to walk on the ice, but you're coming into your own. Your story, you're like still in chapter 1 and 2 on whatever this Page of Cups is talking to you about. But I definitely feel like this is validation to just really trust and surrender to everything that's going on right now, because you're just where you're supposed to be. Hopefully that made some sense for you, my love. Thank you for connecting. We got to do a full reading for you soon. It's been a while. All right, so let's see who's going to be next. Seven 717. 717. Oh, good night, Amy. Thank you for hanging out with us. I love you. Mwah. Good luck with whatever seed you're planting and manifesting right now. Okay, Camaro, you came through first. So let me know if you want to go with the flow or if you have a specific question. Yay. All right, so Camaro, we're going to connect to your energy. Am I saying your name right? I feel like I'm not. Like I need to say it a little more exotically, if that makes sense. I say it with that New Jersey. Should you go home? All right, let's see. All right, I'm feeling good right here. Okay, should tomorrow go home? All right, I feel like this is a loaded card for this question. So right here we have the Six of Pentacles. This is the card of charity. This is the card of getting help and accepting help when you need it, and also being able to help others when you can. There, I wanted to focus for you. 6 is the number of nurturing and nostalgia. So right there, I feel like it is talking about going home. I feel like if this is in regards to kind of like getting your own stability back in check, that it might be a good thing. It might be frustrating, the nostalgia at sometimes. Sometimes it can be a little bit too much. But if you do go home, it's exactly where you're meant to be. Take the, like, I don't want to say charity, but there's a better word for it. But, like the help, take the help when you need it. Because there's times when you help others too, and you give so much of yourself. And, if this is kind of like a recharging time, go for it. But along with that question, I definitely feel like that's validation. You can see he's holding the scale. The scale is a number of balance. So it's like just really trusting the ebb and flow of the universe. There's going to be the times when you're the people kneeling, and then there's going to be times when you're the person giving. But just trusting it, because actually 6 is also a number of teachers. So you're leading by example, by just, trusting and doing what feels right and not overthinking it, and not, being too proud or being too stubborn or whatever. We are going into Taurus energy in a few weeks, which is a little bit more of a more stubborn energy. So this is a better time to make those kinds of decisions before ego starts taking over, like the Taurus energy. So hopefully that made sense. I'm going to say, if that's, I don't know anything else about your question, but this I feel like is telling me yes. It is a little bit gray, so it might not be an easy journey, but I feel like this card couldn't be more specific as far as talking about that situation. So hopefully that resonated. Let me know if you want to talk separately. We can. I'm not booking full readings right now, but I always love a message in the DMs telling me if your cards resonated and why, or any other questions about it. Okay. Thank you for connecting with me, Camaro. All right, let's see who's going to be next. And also, like, other readers might interpret these cards differently. Like, I might pull a 6 of Pentacles for the next question, and it can have a completely different meaning. It's all just kind of like what channels in then. And also, when you're looking at those cards at home, take in your own interpretation too. It might be a little bit different than what I'm saying, and that's just as important, that message. I'm trying not to peek. – 505. So the next reading will be the first one coming through with a 505 on my end. Thank you all for hanging out with me tonight. I hope everyone had a great Monday. I hope you're all feeling this like high vibe energy. Ayana, you came through, girl. She has a good connection. I know you come through a lot. They just love talking to you. So let me know if you want to go with the flow, or if you have a specific question. Connecting to Ayana's energy. I'm feeling some solar plexus either like blockage or overworking with you. I just kind of felt some spine pressure when I was connecting. So that could be confidence. That could be like gut health. Maybe, if you need to work on regulating, whether it's, eating something that's not agreeing with you, or, balancing out vitamins, or just that physical strength and health. But I feel a little something there with you. Just felt like I had to share that. Or even if it's like actual physical back pain or something. They're just acknowledging that. It could also represent like a heavy load, carrying too much on your shoulders energetically. So let's see, Ayana. We're going with the flow, and I'm feeling good right here. The Queen of Cups. So there you go, all that blue and yellow. That yellow is the solar plexus, and then blue is the throat chakra. I know you got some crystals, so that's, if you have any yellows and blues, I would definitely pull them out to work with right now. The cups, again, is the suit of relationships and emotions. This queen is just sitting confidently in her throne. She is feeling good where she's at. Queens represent that feminine energy, nurturing, maturity, wiseness, just very, someone that you can look up to and be inspired by. The queen can represent your own energy, or it could be talking about a queen in your life, whether it's in the physical world or in spirit that wants to talk to you. But this queen is very, very nurturing, especially because she's the Queen of Cups. She's the one that's, fills up other people's cups. And she's someone that everyone feels comfortable talking to, almost like you could sit and cry with them, like they can bring it out in you. I'm just asking why this queen is coming up really quick. What she wants to tell you. Okay, so the blue is, again, the throat chakra. That's your self-expression. The yellow is the solar plexus. That's our confidence and our courage. And I feel like the combination of these two colors is just really either validating or encouraging you to speak your truth. Speak up when you feel guided to, because you have important things to share, and if there is a connection with like mom or sister, somebody with that very close emotional connection, I feel like that's somewhere to put the energy. There definitely is a woman in spirit trying to come through for you too, with that same kind of like nurturing energy. So I just feel like I need to acknowledge her. I feel like I've talked to her before and she just always wants to talk to you. So she is here. Again, just validating that. I'm going to pull one more card just because I feel like this queen is very broad. Okay, so these are literal opposite energies. So where this queen is so confident and strong and, sitting there on her throne, the Eight of Swords, you can see it's very gray. She's tied up and bound, blindfolded, surrounded by a cage of swords, afraid to break through because she doesn't want to step out of this cage and make herself vulnerable again to more swords. The swords is the suit of the challenges, the mental, the mental challenges really, and the traumas, like all the toxic things that have happened. So I feel like this, like you have these two paths in front of you. You have these two energies around you where you can be this like inspiring, nurturing woman, but then we get caught up in our heads and like overthink or get anxiety or like worry or stress, or we're afraid to put ourselves out there because we don't want to make ourselves vulnerable. So sometimes it's scary to be this queen, and it's easier to just like overthink it and then say like, I'm not going to do this because I don't want to put myself out there again. But the character in this card, she's very loosely tied up. She could free herself at any time. It's just a matter of acknowledging those swords and releasing some of them or working with them. 8 is the number of the, on its side is the infinity logo. It's symbol. I always say logo. It's the infinity symbol. It's a pattern, it's saying there's always going to be challenges in life. Things won't always go our way or as planned, but it's up to us to, be confident that whichever way we go, it's exactly where we're supposed to be. So not letting the swords stand in the way of you leveling up and getting to where you need to be. Because again, those like setbacks are just as important as those moments where we're really just like thriving and shining. They're all part of the lesson, but definitely like a duality of energies. Work more with your queen energy. because this is the one that's really going to not only like level you up, but also inspire others. Hopefully that made sense. I know it was a lot. Sometimes when it's just go with the flow. It's a little bit of a more broad message, but if you want to talk more, one-on-one about it later, I'm sure we could dig a little bit deeper on what those cards could mean in other aspects of your life. Oh, I'm glad that made sense for you. All right, so the next person, let's see. Venus. The first one on my end to say Venus. Oh, and I see some people went to bed. I know I'm too late saying goodnight, but good night, everyone that's gone off. Thanks for hanging with us, you guys. This is awesome. All right, Denise, you came through, my love. So let me know if you want to go with the flow or if you have a specific question. I'm still feeling I could do a couple more readings after this, so hang in there. Uh-oh. My screen says video interrupted, so let me know if you guys can still see me. Connecting to Denise's energy. Thanks, CJ. Okay, I'm glad you guys still see me. Okay, so we're going to go with the flow for Denise, and we have the Four of Swords reversed. Let that focus for you. I love that we got the 4, and we're in April right now, which is the 4th month. I feel like this is a validating card for you. This is the card of retreat, meditation, planning, thinking, introspective energy. Right side up, you could see there are 4 swords hanging up on the wall. Or 3 swords hanging up on the wall. Sorry. Those are battles that have already been fought, whether you won them or lost them or whatever the lesson was from them. They don't really need your energy right now, so you can kind of hang those swords up. But there's still that 4th sword that is calling for your energy and focus. But this sword's going to take a little bit more, processing on. It's really calling you to, again, either like meditate or just like take your time to like write down the pros and cons or do your research, whatever it is. This sword is like, there's one big, whether it's a challenge or just like a lesson that you're being called to get through, it's taking a little bit more of your energy to really figure out exactly the way to solve it. Now, the thing when the swords come up is to solve these kinds of challenges, you want to do it very logically and leave emotion out of the solution. So whatever this big sword represents to you that you're being called to focus on, and the sword could be anything. It could be a physical challenge. It could be a mental challenge. It could be challenge with somebody else. Whatever first popped into your head when I said the sword, or we talked about it, that's probably what the challenge is. Leave emotion out of it. That's not the way to solve this. So it doesn't matter whose feelings get hurt in the solution, or it doesn't matter, whatever emotionally. What matters is the very logical, well, this is what happened, this is what needs to happen, and this is what's going to happen. So, looking at it very just like scientifically almost on the most efficient way to solve the puzzle. I'm definitely feeling writing with this, whether it's just like either journaling or writing, again, that like pros and cons list, or just doing some type of research into it. And all that yellow too, that's that solar plexus for you as well. Again, that's your courage and confidence, just being strong, calling in your strength, and really being strong for whatever this decision is, or whatever, whatever the outcome is. If you do work with crystals, I definitely recommend some tiger's eye for this. That's going to help with the like actual physical sometimes our body reacts in ways when we're being challenged. So that's going to kind of help to boost that physical reaction up. And then also citrine I love because that helps more with the like mental clarity and problem solving. So hopefully that resonated for you. Oh, actually, no, because this came out reversed. So this is going even deeper. Your sword might be a challenge with yourself that you're being called to, really focus on. So if there's any like health challenges or mental challenges or just you're feeling a blockage and you're really having a hard time getting through it, you're like introspection on introspection. Like you're not just being called to solve a problem. It's more of like a disconnect somewhere in yourself that you're being called to work through. Or alternatively, it could be opposite energy, maybe saying that you haven't been giving yourself the time to rest, or you haven't been using like your downtime as efficiently as you could to put it towards solving these problems. So it might just be saying that, like take a little bit more time, schedule some time in your day. Maybe you need to actually go to a physical meditation to get out of your space and, disconnect. Maybe you need to give yourself like a nice bath and put on a guided meditation on YouTube or whatever it is. I feel like you're really being called to disconnect from this world in some way in order to really go deep and figure out what your solution is to this sword. All right. I'm glad that makes sense, Denise. Good luck with whatever this challenge is. I feel like it's just going to lead you to a level up. Jen Marie, hello. Yay. Okay, feeling a few more and then I'm going to head off probably by 11 p.m. So we got about a half hour. We'll see how many we can do. Okay, so the next code is space. I'm interested to see whatever this message is. If space is what's going to connect us. CJ. CJ, congrats. You came through first. So actually, Mike Peters, you came through first, but you got some kind of trick. You always get through. I will pull you a card and send it to you in our chat just to let some newbies get through. Of course, space would be our code to connect because who knows what's coming through, but maybe this card will be for you too. And also, everyone that's watching right now, ask your questions along with us as we're shuffling and meditating because every card, might have a little message for you also. So CJ, let me know if you have a specific question or if you just want to go with the flow. We're going to connect in with your energy. I'm feeling good here. Share with Mike. Okay, general career guidance. Sure. I'm feeling good right here. Let's see. We're going to pull two for this since we just talked about this. So we just had the Ace of Pentacles in our group read, and that was in our position to kind of like validate what's been going on. I'm not sure if you were here to watch that, but I feel like for you, it's just kind of saying you're still in this part of your journey too. The Ace of Pentacles is all about, there's a new beginning around you as far as like your stability and your structure and your journey goes. It could be like financial, career, home, health, all of the above, but really like taking control and taking action on all of these things to help build up your personal fortress, right? So this is just validating that. There's that little gateway down there saying you're working towards whatever this new beginning is. So I feel like for you guys, more than anybody, this is really validating that. And now let's see. Another gateway card. Wow. So, and look at the difference. Talking about going to Oz, right? Look at the colors. It's like you're holding the yellow in your hand and making it a reality. So the Four of Wands is like one of the gateway cards. And this is the card of celebration and good things. And I love it too. 4, we're in April. Wands is fire and we're in Aries. So validation for right now, being exactly where we're meant to be. There's all that yellow coming into fruition. So that yellow again is our solar plexus energy. That's our confidence, our overall physical health, our courage and strength, and just inspiring other people. You could see the people walk. It can actually go two ways. They've either have walked through the gateway already, and that's them celebrating, or that's them on their way through the gateway. They haven't gone through it yet. But whichever way you're going, it's like there's no turning back once you go through it. You know, this is really the card of manifestation and setting your intentions and setting your goals. And like I said, this is the time to do it. Today, specifically, April 12th, this new moon energy in Aries, the first month of the zodiac calendar, this is the time to plant those seeds and those new beginnings. Mike made his vision board today. Make your vision board too, CJ, if you haven't already. Oh my gosh, perfect. And if you have yellow crystals, CJ, I definitely recommend working with them. Tiger's Eye and Citrine are two of my favorites, but there's plenty of others that will help really, you know, like pull that energy, enhance it for you too. But also need to say, first we're going to talk about the number 4 is the number of stability, structure. Think 4 walls, you know, four sides in a square, really setting that foundation. So whatever this gateway is, it might not be like an overnight big thing. It might just be like putting down the building blocks one by one to get you where you need to go. Also, 4 is also the number of hard work, which is important. Put in that hard work. That's the only way to get here. It came out reversed, which makes it, there's a couple different interpretations for the reversals. One of them is adding that introspective energy. So it's a very personal journey. This, like when it's right side up, it could be talking about like a marriage ceremony or some kind of celebration of like family. But when it's reversed, I definitely feel more of that personal success story, like graduations or, you know, promotions, just moving up in those types of ways. So validating that type of success, but then also it could have the opposite meaning as well, which I stumbled on that. So I'm not feeling like that's what it is being called. As far as like setbacks and stuff like that, but that doesn't even feel right to be saying. So we're not even going to go there. I definitely am feeling the positive energy with this card. You know, if you don't have your intentions written down, girl, write them. This is that time. Work with those high vibe energies. You just had that Reiki, that clearing. Clear your whole space. Clear any blockages. Clear any of those toxic people that aren't serving you and aren't a part of this next part of your journey. This is about you and really about just like charging forward and lighting that flame and following your passion and your joy. Taking that into your own hands, you know? So hopefully that resonated with you and with you, Mike. I know I kind of like am feeling your energy along with that too. But I feel like that's a super positive message and I'm excited, CJ. I want to see where you go. All right. I think we could do a few more. Right? Woo! It's good energy. Light those candles too. Like, bring that fire into your space in a safe way. Smoke, incenses, candles. Keep that flame going in any way that you can. But also stay balanced. Grounding, water. You know, get out into nature, plant your feet, get by water, breathe in some air, get those lungs pumping to keep your balance too, because sometimes when there's too much fire, we see what happens. Houses burn down, you know, like everything could burn down too. So you don't want to get your fire too big and like stoke the ego too much. Balance is key with all of that. Because that was earth with the pentacles, fire with the wands. All right. Whew, that was a lot of energy. Let's see who's next. And thank you for connecting with me, you guys. 131, almost 311. The first one to say 131 on my end. I'm not sure if I'm saying your name right. Niha. You have to spell out because it seems like a beautiful name. I just want to pronounce it correctly. But thank you for joining in. You're a newbie here, and I appreciate you joining us. All right, Jen Marie, you came through first on my end, love. So, Jen, do you have a specific question or just want to go with the flow? Let's connect in with you. Okay. Let's see what your card is, even though I don't have. Oh, okay. Go with the flow. Look at that. You felt called. I did too. And here we are talking about one of the most important cards in the deck. The World reversed came up for you. And this is the 21st card. And we're in 2021. So I feel like this is kind of talking to your whole year right now. The World. And it came out reversed. So this is one of the major arcana cards. This is like shouting message from spirit. And it can be a very broad card kind of talking about a little bit of everything going on. First, we'll talk about it right side up. The World is the card of travel, good luck, good news, assured success, synchronicities, destiny, just having the world's, those opportunities at your fingertips. 21 also adds up to a 3, and that 3 is the number of connections, like teamwork, expanding the team, working with the team, growing the team, communication with the team or with others. Also, it's a very just charming and joyful energy. This card, although it does have a lot of blue as the main color, there's also a very good balance of all the other colors. So I feel like this card is just asking you to really get everything aligned and in balance. This is your year to focus on that. Just your personal, balancing out the chakras, balancing out the physical stuff around you, making sure that you're not taking on too much in one way and not putting energy into other things. But the destiny is what's really standing out for me with this card. Trusting destiny, surrendering to the divine intervention in your life. Things are just really on track for where they need to go. Now, it did come out reversed. So again, that reversal adds that introspective energy to it. So as much as when it's right side up, it's travel, this, that. This is more of that internal. This is your year to boost yourself up. Maybe taking yourself on a spiritual or emotional journey, a logical journey, whatever it is. Sorry, I'm just tuning in really quick. I feel like there's a little something added on there. So I'm just hearing that every roadblock or every road bump and block, everything that's happened is just all part of this lesson to push you to exactly where you are right now. And it's all been part of destiny, the good times and the bad times. They've really all led you to this exact moment right now. And the world is at your fingertips. You can manifest anything that you want. It's all, your reality is what you make it. And I feel like this card is just kind of telling you to really focus on the abundance and the gratitude around you and putting that almost as your, see how they have the wreath around them, kind of making that your aura. It's just this I'm surrounded by abundance and love and gratitude, and you're just going to keep getting more of that back to you the more that you put out of that. As much as sometimes it's easy to let the dark stuff take over and the sadness or the anxiety or the stress or whatever, you don't want to make that your wreath. I'm just saying wreath because that's what's in the picture. She's surrounding herself. I feel like the wreath is a sign of abundance. And that's what you want to put out around you in order to be the magnet to get that back to you. And while this year is your year for more internal growth and leveling up and, you know, balancing out, the reversal of that is coming, or the right side up soon enough, where you're gonna be able to actually like see the movement, see the travel, see the destiny coming to you in other ways. But, you know, there's definitely big things at play right now. So just trust it and take on the opportunities that come your way, because there's going to be some good ones. So hopefully that resonated for you. That 3, I feel like, is important. You know, the spring is going to be a really important time for you. There might be some kind of either travel or movement or something in the summer is what I'm hearing for you. Like, obviously good things. Again, destiny. But yeah, keep going with the flow. That's all we can do. And plant those seeds. You too, girl. Write down your intentions, you know. At least 3. At least 3 good intentions for this spring, if not more. Plant those seeds. You're welcome. Thank you for connecting with me. All right, I have a few more in me. Let's see. More 2s. We got 22. You guys all hanging in there? If you are tuning in and you missed earlier in the video, I did some crystal show sneak peeks. I got to show my Moldavite that came in. And then I also did a 3-card spread for everyone watching. Even if you watch the replay, it'll resonate with you too. So make sure to rewatch this. And I'm not sure exactly the timestamp of when the reading started, but the reading will go for you too, I promise. So if you don't get through tonight, make sure to watch that replay, because your message is there. Meditate along with me and you'll get exactly what you need. Joan, yeah, you get it. All right, Joan, do you have a specific question, or are we just going with the flow? Just going to go with the flow. All right, I'm feeling good right here. So, Joan, another major arcana came through. Wow. So this is the Temperance card. This is actually another card of balance. You could see they're making sure that their cups are even. So the cups, just like in the tarot suits, the cups can represent the more emotional fulfillment, the relationship fulfillment. But this person's really making sure that every cup is equally filled, you know, just as much as yours as the people in your life. Oh, good night, Sharon. Thanks for hanging out. I'll see you tomorrow. The person in the picture, though, they have the wings. This is an archangel. This is a higher self, some kind of divine guide in your life. And they're helping you with the moderation and the balance. This doesn't want to focus. What is this, 14? 10? Yeah, that's the 14th card. So that adds up to a 5. And 5 is the number of freedom. So if things might be feeling a little overwhelming, or a lot on your plate, or just, you know, not really sure where to focus your energy, because it's like, well, this and this is on my list, and that's, I got to go here and I got to do that and whatever. This is just really asking you to be mindful that everything is getting equal energy, or at least like you're scheduling out time to give everything equal energy, and to yourself as well. You know, give yourself that time to do the self-care, take a nice bath, meditate, yoga, whatever you like, gardening. All that water, I'm feeling like it's just also validating to just keep going with the flow and trusting spirit as much as you can moderate and, you know, affect the ebb and flow in your own ways. Is as much of it as divine, you know. It's in your path for a reason, and it's all going to be there. But definitely whatever does feel in your control as far as balancing and keeping everything equal and even, make sure that you're mindful of that. If you're feeling like, okay, I've been spending the whole day working on this project and it's stressing me out now, like that's your time to kind of go with the opposite energy and do something else to balance that out. And just keep trusting. Just like that's what's in your control right now, you know? The rest, not so much. So just keep focusing on your own balancing, and the rest will play out how it needs to. So you said it resonates. Hopefully, I mean, you know, take that message as you need it. And then if you can always deep dive on the cards too and search like temperance and then add whatever words, home, health, finances, job, whatever, and go down the rabbit hole. There's all kinds of stuff. You could search temperance, crystals, temperance, zodiac, temperance, dates, you know, like you could really go deep on that message to get even more than what we just talked about. So hopefully that made some sense. Sarah Joy, yep, you got those twos. Hey Marie, maybe you will get a reading. What I do is I pull a code word, and the first one on my end to say it gets the reading. And I'm gonna maybe do like one or two more. So we'll see who gets through for these. Thank you, Joan. Thanks for connecting. Sarah Joy, that's where my mind went, that it was all you bringing the twos. I'd be interested. What's your numerology? Do you know your life path or your birthday? You know your birthday number. Okay, the code word, nuh-uh, nuh-uh. Look what I just pulled. That's amazing. It is you. All right, just for that, Sarah Joy, since you came in and you said two already and the two popped out, I feel like Spirit wants to talk to you. So that's your card. So we're going to pull one for you. They clearly want to talk to you. So let me know if you want to just go with the flow or if you have a specific question. And actually, you came through first also on my end. And I see you, Michelle, Sharon, Steve. I want to read for everybody. Let's see what I have in me. At this time of the night when the numbers dwindle of people watching, it's kind of easier to get through and get your messages. Okay, we're connecting to Sarah Joy. What are these flowers I'm smelling with you? Either a pretty perfume for spirit or just acknowledging of flowers around you, a garden or something. All right, I'm feeling good here for you. We're going to go with the flow. So let's see. Oh, I love that I'm smelling flowers. And then we get the Devil reverse. Another major arcana card too. But you know what? The colors might not be so pretty on this one in the picture, but it's actually a really positive message, especially when he comes out reversed. So the Devil, I'm not sure if you're familiar with tarot. It's the Devil is the card of control. When he's right side up, you can see he's got the people chained up. And it's usually a card of like addictions or, you know, trying to gain control back over your life in some way. When it comes out reversed, though, it's almost like the opposite energy of that. It's really talking about taking the control, like either validating that you are getting control of exactly what you need to, or saying that this is your time to get that control and take that control back. So if there is something that you're either working on manifesting or setting intentions towards, I feel like this is telling you to really focus on what's in your control as far as those intentions go, and focus on that. You know, start laying down the stepping stones in any way that you can. Because when this card comes right side up, those people down there, they're chained up, but not very tightly. They could free themselves at any time. When it comes out reversed, I feel like those chains are just slipping right off. And this is really just like validating that this is your time. You have the control, you know, or can get the control easily if you need to. And just make whatever happen, whatever needs to happen. Um, all that black in this card is very root chakra energy, very physical. It could be health. It could be that, again, like security, stability type of stuff. So whether it's like home related, health related, finances related, physical in some way. Sorry, just listening in. It might even be patting you on the back. Like that's kind of like Spirit was just saying, like, no, we're saying that she's been doing this. Like she's in control. Like I feel like they're very proud of you. Like there was some, like at one time this was right side up, and I feel like they're telling me like she got that control back already, and she's been so strong because of it. This is something I would love to talk with you in person about because I feel like it's just such an intense energy to it. I could feel, okay, that makes sense. Again, like a lot of that is out of our control, and there is only so much of it that is in our control to deal with when it comes to grief and trauma. I'm working through all of that stuff as well, and sometimes with that you need to get that like outside help to really. But I do feel like this is validating that you're working on getting the control back and all of that, and not letting when it's this way, it can definitely be leading towards paths of like bad habits or addictions or whatever, not to our greatest goods. This is validating that you're on the path you need to be as far as releasing these chains and control that this stuff has over you. So yeah, we'll definitely talk more about this when we hang out. I will bring my deck with me and we can pull a few more and see what they want to say. But thank you. I'm honored that I got to connect with you. I'm feeling too like if you have tourmaline, that's going to really help kind of wrangle in the control when things start going, mentally. That's one of my favorites. I take my tourmaline everywhere with me. That's like grounding in crystal form. Anxiety medicine in crystal form. Okay, I think I have one more in me. It's 10:51 here. Let's see who gets through. It's only 6 people watching, so you guys have a really good chance. I can't do that one. I already did it. I'm getting all repeats. Come on. All right. Ready? The last one. 444. Oh my God, Steve, tourmaline is like the best crystal to wear. Seriously, wear it in a necklace. I want to like infuse it into fabric somehow and wear it in my clothes. It is such a protective, grounding stone. It helps to absorb negativity before it can get to your energy. It's like when I'm getting out of my body and like getting anxiety or getting depression or into my OCD, just like touching that crystal brings me right back down to earth. It's amazing. All right. My last reading for the night that came through is Sharon B. All right. Thank you guys all so much for hanging with me tonight, too. I appreciate all of your support. And make sure to mark your calendars. April 30th is going to be our crystal show at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. I know the lag, it's a pain in the butt, but that I feel like that initial message, Steve, is just as important for you as any card that I would have pulled. So Sharon, let me know if you want to go with the flow or if you have a specific question. All right, we're good right here. Well, I just pulled this card out, so let's talk about it, and then you could see if it goes with your question, or if you want to throw your question out there. I'm just I just trust spirit of who comes through first. And that's, I mean, maybe this card will ring a bell for both of you, but this is the Five of Wands reversed. So see how this resonates. Neha, I'm sorry. I really want to say your name correctly. Listen to this message too. Think of your questions, whatever they might be, and see how this resonates for you also, because it definitely can work for both of you. So the Five of Wands, when it's right side up, you could see everyone's got their wands and they're all bopping each other on their heads. It's like a little battle. All right. I like that question, if she's on the right path for a spiritual journey. And I feel like this question is definitely, advice for the spiritual journey. So when it's right side up, it's like conflicting opinions, conflicting points of view. They're all holding their wands, which is like their own ideas, and kind of like in defense mode with it. Like, well, this is right. Well, that's right. So when it comes out reversed, it could just be kind of talking about you overthinking it. It's those internalized thoughts all kind of like bopping you on the head, like, no, you're, like, that's not right. Ego coming in saying like, oh, that's not right. That's not spirit. That's you. Or, like, I get that too. This person told me this, and now that's coming in and conflicting with what this person told me. And it's just like a whole bunch of different opinions kind of like getting in your head and making you overthink and making you question. I feel like this is telling you you are on the right path. You're the only thing standing in your way. All those thoughts and all those opinions of other people, that's what's standing in your way. It's amazing. Get advice and get lessons from as many people as you can, but know that everybody is on their own path and does things their own way, and what works for you is what's the most important. Other people's opinions don't matter. I know one of these wands is probably like, oh, well, what if I look stupid, or what if I'm wrong, or what if this person judges me? Like, let these wands all go. They're just going to block you. You're in such an important path right now. 5, this is the fifth Five of Wands, is the number of freedom. So once you can release these wands, these other people's opinions and these, illogical ideas coming through your head, and ego stepping in, telling you, making you question, once you can release all of that, it's freedom. It's just clarity and smooth sailing. All that blue in the sky is just telling you, like, speak your truth. That's all you could do. It's that self-expression. Let it flow. You have an important connection for a reason, and you're going to give people the messages that they need to hear, but you're not going to give them their messages if you overthink it. You're going to potentially like prevent someone from getting something that they need to hear if you think too much about it. So don't question it. Sometimes if I'm really like, oh, well, do I tell the person this? Do I not tell them this? I'll hold off and I'll say, Spirit, I'm not going to tell them. I'm not trusting right now. Like, my ego's stepping in. So show me 2 more times and then I'll tell them. And then they sure as heck will show you 2 more times in different ways. Like, they'll show me, I don't know, a boot. And that's when I'll like question it. Like, I don't want to say boot. I'm going to sound stupid. Show me it 2 more times and I'll say it. And then they'll show me like something going along with the boot. Maybe they'll show me like horses or a cowboy hat or something. Or maybe they'll show me like dog tags and like military stuff, or, like, and then I'll still be like, okay, you got to show me one more time. And then they'll show me, something else that'll go along with it. And I'll be like, okay, I gotcha. And then, I'll have a little bit more of the picture. So I can be like, why are they showing me this boot? Is it, is it connected to this? And trust spirit, they're showing you stuff for a reason. And sometimes people will be like, oh, that doesn't resonate. I don't understand. In those moments, you tell them, well, write it down. Think about it, hold on to it. It might not mean something right now, but it might mean something later. And, maybe later on they'll message you and be like, oh my God, you told me this name and I didn't know who it was. And I asked my cousin and it's our aunt, like, it'll make sense. The puzzle pieces will tie in. Maybe they don't have all the information at that moment. But I really feel like this card is just telling you, we all have that going on, that internal, kind of chaotic, conflicting ideas, and it's up to us to just like know when it's our human brains making it more than it needs to be. And if it gets that bad and you are questioning it, then maybe that's time to like disconnect and say, I need to ground myself right now because I can't tell where ego starts and spirit starts. And, so I need to go like stand out in the grass, but come back to it, write down whatever message you were getting, and maybe later on it'll come through even clearer. So hopefully that makes sense. I'm glad your crown chakra was vibrating. We're definitely connected, and that definitely was an important message, I feel. I'm so thankful that you hung out with me tonight, and everybody else in here. Thank you. Neha, I hope that connected with you too. It could go in so many different ways, that card, but, take that message how you needed it to. Or even search, if you have a specific question, like your questions about family or your questions about spirituality or work or whatever, search Five of Pentacles reversed, work, family, whatever. And you'll get an even more specific message. Just Google search it and go down the rabbit hole and see what comes through and what stands out to you. But wow, yay, it's exactly 11 o'clock on the dot here, Eastern time for me. So I am so thankful you guys all hung out with me. Happy new moon. It happened last night, but we're still in that energy today and tomorrow. I appreciate you guys so much hanging out with me. And yay, one more time. Let's look at these cool Moldavites. Make sure you come hang out with me on April 30th. Mark your calendars because I got the good stuff. This stuff is like black market right now. Like, it is so hard to get, and I found a really good dealer. Sorry, I want you guys to see that how pretty my Moldavite. I have 21 pieces to go around. I'm going to make sure the prices are really nice and fair. Tons of other awesome stuff. Get some new tumbles in, some new bracelets, some more hearts, some more of my garden quartz spheres coming in, as well as garden quartz towers. And these awesome Tai Chi jasper. This is Tai Chi calcite. I have to double check my paper. I'm still learning about this one, but the energy is stunning. Yay! So join me and see. Oh, I got some opalite rings in too. But these things are fragile as heck. I've already broken a few of them. So they're going to be really cheap, but I love it. Like, I don't want to take it off. They're so pretty. I have a few of them. They're only going to be $5 each. All right. I love you guys. Thank you. Have an awesome rest of your week. Do something amazing this weekend. Watch 311's show on Friday night. And next week is the full moon, right? Oh, no. That's 2 weeks away. The 27th is the full moon. So we have from now till then to really work on the things that we're going to release, plant our seeds, start with all this new energy. Good things are coming. Hang in there. I love you guys. I'm so thankful for all of you. And yay, let's hang out again soon. All right. Good night.